Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what it is. It's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
It's going down. It's going down. I'm a North boy. You know what it is. It's your man Jamal Doman at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
Tobe Hixx at Tobe Hixx, TOBEHIXX.
Yes.
North Omaha.
Yeah, you can check us out on Instagram or Twitter, at Dope Dealers Podcast, Dope Dealers Podcast. We on Twitter acting a fool. We on Instagram, so make sure you check us out, man. It's going down episode 79.
Yeah, 79.
Tobe Hixx, what's good?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Can't complain at all.
Shout out to the troops.
Yeah, shout out to the troops, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the Bloods, the Crips, and the essays have made it to the list.
Yes, shout out to our
warriors.
essay brothers and sisters.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Somebody pointed that out to me. I didn't think about it, and I said I definitely owe all the essays a shout out from now on. So y'all have made it up in the
Yes, made
up
it
in
in
the top echelon of warriors.
Yeah, dope independent music. That is the homie Lotto Richie, who was our guest last week. Shout out to everybody who listened to the show last week. He was our guest.
Yeah.
That's dope independent music. And you know, if you send us your independent music, we will open and close the show out with it. It's just that easy. Just send it to us, man. So shout out to everybody who listened to last week's episode. We had a little drama with last week's episode on our Instagram page.
I was shocked because, you know, I definitely didn't mean nothing by it when I had mentioned, you know, I just happened to mention that there was nothing in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's all you said.
Yeah, and I really didn't mean nothing by it. So I apologized to my man Andrew Bencomo, who from Albuquerque, who was upset with me. I was like, damn. And I just explained to him, like, you know, you can't get upset about something like that. I mean, I didn't mean nothing by it. Because every time I went out there to perform, I've always had great times, great audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Did the casino there with Felipe a while back, and met a nice young lady there. So I have nothing to say about Albuquerque. But one time I was there for like a week during my hustling days. And I had mentioned at that time it wasn't nothing to do, but it probably wasn't nothing to do because I was out there committing crimes also. So, you know, you got to watch. You know that my mindset was different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I meant by that. And my man Andrew, you know, he took sight to it and said, "Hey, you know, there's a lot of good things going on in Albuquerque," and they are. So yeah, I didn't mean it personally.
Yeah, and we didn't.
And people always talk about my hometown of Omaha. Shit, if I got mad every time somebody mentioned Omaha, I'd be mad every day.
I had to go when I read what he wrote. This is we're talking about Drew OSC. You said his name is Andrew.
Andrew Bencomo.
Okay, Andrew, what's up, Andrew? Thanks for listening to us, man. I had to go back and listen to the episode because I was like, well, maybe I missed something. I kind of remember we spoke about Albuquerque, but I didn't know. Then I listened to it. I said we didn't really say nothing about it.
I just said it was nothing out there. That's all I said. I said ain't nothing in Albuquerque.
Obviously, Andrew is in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
he wanted.
He was ready to ride on my ass.
Damn, man. He was riding on you and Lotto, man. He was going back and forth with Lotto, man.
Yeah, but I apologize to him. And he
it's dope dealer shit.
Yeah, he was like, hey, you fuckers coming to my town performing. I was like, hold it.
First thing I want to give a shout out to everybody who came out last night to Screw the Ruse show out in excuse me, Bellflower, California. It was packed last night. Good show. Shout out to Screw. Shout out to Esau McGraw. Shout out to Precious. And shout out to Henry Coleman. And shout out to, man, he's so funny. I can't remember his name, but he's an LA cat, man. He was
so funny you can't remember.
Brandon,
Brandon Wiley?
Brandon Wiley, yeah, I think that's his name, right?
Okay, yeah.
Brandon Wiley. Oh man, he killed it. I forget how, because I don't see him that much. I forget. I see him like once a year. I forget how funny he is.
Yeah. He's definitely funny.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody at Screw the Ruse show. Thank you, Screw, for putting me on. Put a little money in my pocket, man. To have a little bit more than I thought. I
had a great time last night too. I did the Dirty Show.
Oh yeah.
For Corey and Chad at Ontario Improv. I mean, that's really a remarkable show, man. They have done that show once a month for 14 years, and that place is packed.
Yeah,
they don't even have to advertise it no more. People just show up on that third Wednesday of the month, and it was a great time. And I got to see Josh and Asher. I hadn't seen him in a minute. Alfred Robles was there. Corey and Chad, man, it was just, it was really, really good. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's...
Only thing was fucked up was the drive, man. I left the Valley at 3:45. I did not get there till 6:30.
Damn, you left early.
Yeah.
That's the thing when I tell you, you just got to go out there like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
and just spend the rest of the day out there.
Yeah, but damn, by then you just drain all your energy.
Yeah.
By showtime, 7 hours later, you tired as a motherfucker.
You got. I think one time I went out there early and I watched the movie. I went to the mall, did a little shopping at the mall.
Shit, that just drains all your energy. And that damn, by the time you do that shit, you ain't made no money.
Well, speaking of draining, Shrewd do a lot of time, man. I was happy I went up early. Woo! Shrewd tells you. I mean, Henry Coleman opened up the show, and then Shrewd came up, and I was coming up first. Shrewd looked at me and said, "Hey, man, I'm going to do 30, and then I'm going to bring you up." So he let me know. He ended up doing 45 because he did 30 minutes of material, then 15 minutes of the birthday shit.
Okay, wow.
And so, I got up, good. I feel bad for Esau. Like, Esau was headlining. Like, so, imagine, I left. About 10:45.
More time.
Yeah, he was still doing 30 between.
Oh, between each act?
I mean, pretty much, but everybody kind of know that about Shrewd.
Yeah, that's his shit. That's
his room.
Spot. That's where where else can you do that at?
Hey,
besides
man,
the room
but Esau was pissed, man. I said, I gotta go. I gotta get up early in the morning. But
yeah, that's a lot. I mean, in between each.
Esau probably got up like 11:15, 11:30 for a show that started at 8:30. They started at 8:30.
Oh my God!
Because I left about 10:30, something like that. Esau and that time, the young kid Brandon Wiley was up on stage, so so I didn't even get to see. And Esau probably gonna get up there and do an hour anyway with him.
I mean, the people was gonna leave probably, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, on a work night too, that's a lot.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get into it, man. We got a hot, explosive topic today. We're gonna have some comics call in. A bunch of our comics, basically the last week, the biggest topic on social media before Popeye's chicken sandwich took over
shit is unbelievable.
Was JayZ. We're going to call this JayZ Sellout or Shrewd Businessman. JayZ Sellout or simply a businessman. If you've been living under a rock, I think Tuesday was the day they announced it. Yeah. Last Tuesday, they sent out, this article came out, this press release. It said JayZ
teaming up
with JayZ Rock Nation is teaming up with the NFL, a partnership with the NFL where he's going to, I guess, help produce the halftime show, music, and provide music acts to them, but also to do some social justice. So, Tobe, when I first read it, when it coming on, when I seen it on social media, my spidey sense was like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I was like, hey, well, the press conference is tomorrow, so let me.
Who rapped about it, he don't need the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
So I was like, all right, well, the press conference is tomorrow. I'm not gonna hold. I'm gonna hold because by that time everybody was, online posting about this and that. I said I will hold my judgment until. Let me hear the press conference. Let me hear what they plan is going to be.
Yeah.
Then the next day was the press conference, and it really wasn't no plan. I mean, JayZ basically said, man, just trust me. I'm JayZ.
I mean, and the thing about it is that for someone as bright and who has accomplished as much as JayZ, I could not believe that he was not prepared more for this moment.
I was,
I just could not believe it. I mean, somebody that is sharp as him and who's accomplished everything that he's done, and he's fucking Beyonce. I mean, you got to get your shit together when you come out in front of motherfuckers to talk to him,
right?
Especially when it's a room full of white people and you just sitting there. Now you rap with endless flows. You don't even write your shit down, is what you said, and then now you fumbling and mumbling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That just, it didn't look good, man.
Yeah, it did not look good at all, man. And I just, I'm thinking, they're up there laughing, and Roger Goodell is up there. This, and just for y'all not to have a plan, I heard later on, they said people close to JayZ said he was shocked by the pushback from this, which
I don't
understand. How you shocked? I'm like, hold up, Jay, like. I know you're a billionaire. I think, but you've always had your ear to the streets.
Yeah.
But I think you may be up. You may be up there with your billionaire friends, and you not because there's no way you should be shocked by the pushback from this.
Nah, I mean, and that's why, I mean, that's what lets me know. I'm just like, he didn't really think this thing through, and he's always come across to me as someone who thoroughly
he's
thinks
a chess
this shit
player
through.
Yeah,
even Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, she only talks when it's time to, when she really got something important to say. She don't just be running off, you know, at every little topic and shit. She let the Beehive or whoever them bitches are do that shit. So I mean, I just could not believe he wasn't prepared. And another thing that kind of like seemed kind of weird to me is that in any other business venture that Roger Goodell has been a part of in the NFL, all that shit takes place at the NFL offices.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden now you want to go over to the hip hop spot,
Yeah, it's
and then you
Rock
just going to
Nation.
him. I mean, you when you make big deals with corporations, you make all those people, all the white CEOs come to you. Now you going to see this brother about this shit.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to force your hand on him.
Now one of the questions Charlamagne asked, and I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna bring the video up. Charlamagne asked him, was Colin part of this? And JayZ said, I'm paraphrasing. He said, I think we're past kneeling. At this point, it's about getting our foot in the door. Now, we're going to bring some comics. We're going to have some comics actually support this decision. We're going to bring some comics who don't. Me, I don't support the decision. I'm a huge JayZ fan, but I'm also not. I don't want to throw. A lot of comics want to throw JayZ under the bus. JayZ has done a lot of good.
No, yeah,
he's done a lot of good. He made a bad decision on this.
Yeah, and then also now that he's made a bad decision in this. On this move, they brought out the shit which I didn't know about the Barclays Center and how he let them people down with the low rental housing that he was
explain.
Well,
you know what? Well, yeah, I don't want to get off topic too much, but just quickly because I've seen some about
synopsis. that. What took place is that when the idea of the Brooklyn Nets came to Brooklyn and the Barclays,
right, JayZ was part. He was the face. He was the face of it.
The NBA had JayZ speaking and saying that because people were worried about the housing and being able to afford to live there. He said, "Look, we guarantee it's gonna bring to the community jobs, this and that, and we're gonna have some affordable housing, and I'm gonna make sure of it." And as of today, we know how long Brooklyn the Nets been in Brooklyn for about 5-6 years.
Mm-hmm.
There has been no affordable housing, and those people have been moved out and gentrified. And he gave his word. He stood up there with the Mikhail Prokhorov and all them motherfuckers. And he was part owner.
I've seen people.
And that's when, he was also part owner.
Right.
So he was really saying, look, I got some money in on this. You have my word that this housing is gonna be built. Y'all not gonna have to move, and we're not gonna price y'all out.
Mm-hmm.
And housing has been built.
That's what's happening up here with the stadium in Inglewood. I mean,
yeah, but JayZ ain't standing there saying that it's gonna be some low rent. I mean, DJ Quick ain't telling motherfuckers in Inglewood. I mean, Mac 10 ain't telling motherfuckers in Inglewood that it's gonna be some low rental housing. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
one of his biggest critics who was NFL player Eric Reid. We all know Eric Reid. That's Colin's right hand man. He kneeled with him. He sued the league and got money got a settlement from the league. So the league admitted that we colluded to keep you out. He's still playing. He got his job back, which he rightfully so. He's been definitely. I'm gonna just read some of his tweets. He's definitely been criticizing JayZ about this. A lot of people are supporting him on this.
It just when I found out that he, over the last year since they've been putting this together, him and Cap have probably spoke 50 times and he never mentioned it to him. That's what kind of makes it look shady to me too. It's like, why wouldn't you just tell Cap what you gonna do? Like, hey, look, they're giving me an angle this way, blah, blah, blah. What you think I'm going to go and do? And it's not that everybody got to report to Cap like he's, Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or somebody. That's not the point I'm making. But when you've been cool with him all this time, I mean, and you know what happened and you know how he's been blackballed, why wouldn't you tell him what's going on?
Mm-hmm. This is one of the tweets from Eric Reid. We never advocated for Colin to lose his job while we fought against systemic oppression. That's unjust, and where the NFL inserted itself into this. Now the NFL is championing social justice to cover their own systemic oppression and blackballing Colin. So we will fight to get Colin's job back as well. JayZ knowingly made a money move with the very people who committed an injustice against Colin and is using social justice to smooth it over with the black community. I totally agree. This is first thing. This is crazy that the NFL is saying, "Oh, we about social justice," while we're blackballing Colin Kaepernick. Like that doesn't add up.
Yeah, and they went and grabbed the most powerful nigga they could damn near find.
Who they thought. I know how this all. I know how them owners kind of think. They. And this, you know,
like Klansmen, you know how they think.
I'm not saying they all.
No,
I'm not
saying
all of them, but you know, a lot of them.
In the NFL,
they was like, damn, this Kaepernick shit is still haunting us years later. What can we do? And JayZ is cool with Robert Kraft, and I heard Robert Kraft is kind of the one who, you know, was instrumental in this happening because they've been to, you know, and let's give Robert Kraft his due. He has been doing some good stuff on prison reform with Meek Mills and stuff like that. So we'll give him props for that.
And getting his dick sucked and all that old shit. So yeah, Robert Kraft trying to, you know.
I think Robert Kraft is the one who brought up this idea, like, hey, JayZ is real respected in the community. I'm cool with him. You know, we should bring him in. Let him be a part of this, and they respect him, and they'll look. If he say it's all good and I'm helping out, the black community will buy it. But they didn't. They thought this is how they thought. They thought because they think we like they think we like robots. Oh, JayZ is okay. They don't. They had no idea. Like
I don't know because what I'm thinking is that Robert Kraft is smart enough to know that real niggas was gonna be mad at Jay. Robert Kraft, he couldn't have been that naive to think if we just grab Jay. I mean, if you really cool with Jay, then why would you want to put him out there like that and talk him into doing some shit that's gonna have him vilified by his whole race?
And it's not. He's not vilified by it. It's a lot of. We're gonna have some people. It's a lot of people who support him. A lot of people saying, "Listen, it's a couple angles they looking at it. Like, hey man,
give it a little time.
We gotta get our, this is about getting our foot in the door. We're complaining that we're not in the door. Well, now we got a seat at the table. That's what some people saying. Like with Jay there, we got a seat at the table. We can attempt to make some change from inside. That's what I'm just telling you. And then some people say, well, Cap and Eric Reid took a settlement. They say that they took a settlement. I guess they thinking, well, they took a settlement, so it's all good now. No, that's not. Jamal Hill, I tweeted. But go ahead, I'm gonna bring up this tweet that Jamal Hill wrote about that angle that they took a settlement, so it's all good. Like, just because they took a settlement, that doesn't mean Colin Kaepernick should not still get a job. Yeah, he took a settlement because you have robbed him the last couple of years of his pay.
And if nothing else, JayZ shouldn't have made no deal without Cap being a part of it. That's just. I mean, and like I said, not that Cap is the spokesperson for the struggle of all black people, but with this situation, because it was the NFL and JayZ was going to do business, he should have said, "Look, I'll do business with y'all. If y'all, Cap's got to be a part on this board." I mean, because the football thing, I mean, that's going to be tough now. 3 years out at the quarterback, could he come back and play? Yeah, he probably could.
Nathan Peterman throwing 6 interceptions in a game. Colin Kaepernick can come and back up somebody.
Well, no, I'm not saying he can't, but I'm just looking at the 3 years out, the hits that your body ain't took to start to bring that shit back
But that might be good because he ain't take no hits.
Yeah, but it could be horribly bad, too. I mean.
Well, we'll never know until they bring him in and let him.
I mean, I would rather him getting a check from the NFL for them to not playing than for them to let him play again. I mean,
Here's what Jamal Hill said. I don't know how many, quote, I don't know how many times I have to explain this, but he, Colin, and Eric Reid filed a lawsuit against the NFL. Out-of-court settlements are commonplace. The end goal was financial compensation. That is not selling out. That is getting what you were owed and what was taken away. But some people saying they took the money and so that they should be.
No, they were supposed to take the money.
Exactly.
They had to get the money. That was money that he would have made if he was on the field. That only makes sense. That ain't got nothing to do with the the situation.
The NFL cannot be about social justice and continue to blackball Colin Kaepernick. That's you know what I mean. That's that just to me that's simple as 8, 1, 2, 3. Like it's then it was I don't know that maybe the next day it was it turned out it was just a myth that JayZ was going to get a partnership ownership in a NFL team. So a lot of people who supported him said, see, that's what we was talking about. Jay got, he's the chess player. This is a move. Then it turns out he not. That wasn't true.
No, because, okay, what is booking a halftime show got to do with owning a team?
Yeah.
That ain't got shit
well,
to do
they were saying maybe it was a backdoor deal, like, hey,
but
man,
what I'm saying is, though, okay, if you was offered that situation, you just say, well, look, fuck the booking the shit. I just want to invest in the team. Mm-hmm. I'm saying those two don't go together.
Right.
That's like, I mean, that just don't go together. So I didn't believe that they was gonna let him be part owner. I mean, man, ain't nobody black gonna be part owner in the NFL until all those old white men die.
It's no minority owners in the NFL. I thought the owner of Jacksonville, Jacksonville Jaguar, I think he's Indian.
Yeah, I mean, it might be some shit like that. Ain't no niggas in there. We know that. You would know. It ain't no minority niggas in there.
Let me see if we can bring up one of our comics. Let me see if these earphones we want them out not the headphones, right? Yeah, let me. I always mess that up.
It's just
We hear it, okay.
Yeah, Jay, man.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, man.
But have a better explanation too. That's what's disappointing because we don't truly know what his plan is, and it ain't that he had to unleash the whole plan, but at least talk like you know.
Dope Dealer Podcast. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's up? Introduce yourself.
My name is Daunte Burks.
Daunte Burks.
Daunte, what's good?
Yes, you talking
Hixx,
to Tobe, Hixx, and Jamal Doman. What's cracking, homie?
What up, brother?
Representing at Sacramento, right? Sacktown, right?
Sacramento, California, the capital of California.
That's right, man. Welcome to the Dope Dealer Podcast, man. With today's episode
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, no, definitely. That's definitely. Today's episode is JayZ, Sellout or Good Businessman. What is your what is your opinion about this, my brother?
My opinion is this is not the first time JayZ's done this. People don't know about what he did with the Brooklyn Nets.
We was just talking about. Tobe just kind of was explaining that to me, but you explain it again to our listeners.
Okay, so when the Russian gentleman purchased the New Jersey Nets,
right,
they wanted to move them to Brooklyn. So when we wanted to move them to Brooklyn, there were community leaders, African American community leaders, who were concerned with what was going to happen to black people in Brooklyn once you bring this basketball arena there, because generally what happens is gentrification.
Correct.
They're going to price people out of the market, raise the rents.
Yeah, same thing that's happening in Inglewood with the new football stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they go, oh, no. JayZ's with us. JayZ's a part of our ownership group. He's from Marcy Projects. We're going to build affordable housing in Brooklyn as a part of this movement as well. So we're going to have a basketball arena, retail shops, residential housing, and in that residential housing, we're going to have a lot of low-income housing. The Barclays Center has been up for almost 10 years. There's residential shops. The Barclays Center is there. Guess what's not there?
Low-income housing.
Ain't no way they was going to do that from the get-go. Why would they build all this new shit and then let broke motherfuckers stay there? You know that wasn't their plan. Go right ahead.
Of course not.
Hell no.
Of course it wasn't. And now, in this case, they bring JayZ in and they say, hey, we're going to do some social justice work, and we're going to have, JayZ involved with social justice work. Y'all know just as well as I do. Y'all out there in L.A. Every NFL franchise owner is worth at least $500 million or more.
True that.
when you worth $500 million or more, we just seen a week and a half ago, Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, owner of Soul Cycle and Equinox, the gym, the fancy gym. They found out that he was throwing a fundraiser for Donald Trump.
Yeah, Kenny
$250,000 a plate at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you are throwing fundraisers for the president, if you was on the opposite side of the political spectrum, that means that you would be throwing those kind of fundraisers for the presidential candidates. So these guys fundraise for presidential candidates, which means that they donate to senators, congressmen, governors, attorney generals, district attorneys, mayors, sheriffs, judges, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you fundraise or donate to the people who write the laws and the people that enforce them, what the fuck do you need to be a partner with JayZ for social justice when you know the people who write the laws and enforce them?
Now, I know the owner of the Miami Dolphins, this is what he said, well, listen, I've known Trump for a long time. It's a lot of things we don't agree on. I just like him for economic reasons. That's why I'm like, motherfucker, come on, man. Come on. That's bullshit. Kenny Stills called
That's how wealthy white men work, though. That's how wealthy white men work. They basically financially castrated Colin Kaepernick, said, you are never going to play in this league. You're never going to play in this league again, right? But you guys, Malcolm Jenkins, what y'all want? Y'all want $100 million to fund your little program?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's 32 owners, right? So that's $3 million per owner. Again, these guys, most of them are multi-billionaires.
That's
what's $3 million
tricking
to them?
That's tricking money. That's Jerry Jones tricking money.
What do you think? What do you think Jay is really thinking with this? What do you think?
Or do you think he thought about it at all?
You know, it's hard. It's hard for me to say that he didn't think about it. I think that his heart was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that his heart was in the right place. But at the same time, I believe that the NFL, Roger Goodell, and those owners, that their mind was in the right place. They were looking for. They did not select JayZ randomly.
Mm-hmm.
They understood his pull with an audience in the urban community. Fortunately, there were enough people who were aware of what it looked like and were like, well, hold a minute. You know, you were telling people at the Super Bowl and telling people that you were with Colin Kaepernick. You wore his a jersey on Saturday Night Live.
I don't need the Super Bowl or something. I don't need
and he told Travis Scott not to perform.
He
told Travis Scott not to perform.
Yeah, even though now he's changing that where he wasn't saying not. He was telling Travis Scott, you too big to perform, just to be a part of that. Like you should be there. I guess that's what he's trying to say.
That don't make sense. Because you know what, Jay's smart. Jay know better than that. Because now Travis Scott is a pretty well-known artist, but he knows when it comes to Super Bowls that Travis Scott wasn't gonna be headlining those Super Bowl halftime show. Jay know that shit. Jay know that bullshit.
Of course not. If you headline in the Super Bowl, you are in whatever genre of music you do. You're legendary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're Prince. This is or the Eagles or Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Beyonce. You're on. You can. Pretty much when you perform, you play at a football stadium or a baseball stadium when you perform if you are headlining the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, they could have just made the deal and said, hey, you know what? We heard a lot of disapproval with our selections for who we chose to headline the Super Bowl.
Right.
And so now we're going to work with JayZ on that. The moment the two words social justice were brought into the conversation, it changes the entire look of it.
Especially with no plan. They didn't announce any kind of plan.
It didn't tell us anything. It was like, okay, y'all, y'all are talking about music stuff that y'all go do. We get it. Jay's a musical icon. We get it. But when you say, that's why all of those questions that JayZ was having to answer were concerning, did you talk to Colin Kaepernick? Did Colin approve that? There was something along the lines of, this is social justice. How can you guys even fix your lips to say something about social justice, and the guy that represents social justice in football and just in general in this era, you guys whiteballed.
Exactly.
How can you guys be for social justice and the guy
and
was
you
kneeling
still,
for people getting killed? Y'all, he can't get fired out.
Yeah. That's why I put.
Come
I don't know
on,
if you
man.
seen my post. I said you can't NFL. How you gonna have? And I said the same thing you just said. You can't have social justice and still continue to. I'll use your term, whiteball. Colin Kaepernick. That doesn't. You can't.
How you gonna punish the guy that brought this to the attention?
Yeah.
And look, Colin's issue was with social justice in general in America. He was moved by the guy that got shot by the San Francisco police.
Yeah.
Like 4 top shots killed this guy. They shot him 21 times. So his issue with the NFL took up their issue with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, and I always said this, and I Daunte, real quick, I stated this. I said the NFL owners played this wrong. If they would have just played it fair and gave that man his job, I think this story would have been over.
It would have been.
It would have
Been long gone.
It would have been long gone. Y'all made him a martyr by y'all black. Well, I use your term again. By y'all whiteballing him, y'all made it. I think they thought it was. I think they really thought, oh man, we'll 6 months this will be going. Now 3 years later, like this shit is still going on. Y'all because y'all gamble. Y'all made him a martyr. If y'all would have just gave him a job.
JayZ then. They should have had JayZ as their social justice advisor then.
Yeah. Right on, man.
We appreciate Daunte, man. We appreciate you, man, all the time, man. No doubt. Tell everybody where can where can they find you at real quick with everything?
On
social
Twitter
media.
at DaunteBurks.com. On Instagram, Daunte Burks is DAUNTEBURKS. On Facebook, you can look up Daunte Burks ism, IZM at the end of it. You usually find me and Jamal Doman talking about something, either politics or sports related.
Yeah, exactly, man. My man, we appreciate you, man. Take care, my brother.
I appreciate you guys, man. Have a good one.
No doubt.
Thanks again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's So we're gonna get another side of the story, man. We're gonna bring another comic in, and we're gonna get. I think he has a different outlook of it. I talked to him, and he kind of,
Doman.
Welcome to the Dope Dealers Podcast. Introduce yourself.
My name is Lawrence Owens, stand-up comedian from Landover, Maryland, PG County,
in the building. What's going on? Tobe Hixx
Lawrence
is here.
Owens, how you doing, brother?
Jamal Doman is here. Hey, man, let's get right into it. We just had the brother Daunte Burks out of Sacramento. We just got off the phone with him, and he is disappointed. He is highly disappointed in JayZ. So he wanted to bring you on next because me and you have already talked, and you have a different opinion about it, and you made some great points to me. So I want you to make them to our listeners. So the name of this is called JayZ, Sellout, or Good Businessman. That's kind of like the topic for the show. So what is your take on it?
Well, first of all, I just believe that he's a good businessman. The problem with this generation that I see is that I don't think they understand what a sellout is. I don't think they realize, the ramifications of that. We just get upset and just want to call somebody something because things didn't go our way. This man is a business acumen, and he's been giving us the blueprint on how to make it happen since he came.
Not the blueprint.
He's been giving us the blueprint.
Blueprint 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Hey, man, he's been telling us how he got to his level, and he didn't have to do that. And my thing is the reason why they upset at JayZ because they're missing the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, society has a way, or supremacy, however you want to put it, has a way of pitting black people against each other. That's the greatest thing that they've done. You know what I'm saying? It's not just as far as the physical act of slavery, but it's that mental bombshell that they know how to create civil wars amongst them. It's not even about JayZ. You know, this is about who else are they going to let in there to try to make some change. It's not going to be you and I. It's not going to be Tobe. No disrespect. Who are they going to let sit at their table? And for him to become a billionaire, clearly he has shown you that he has done things on his turn to get there. You don't walk down the street and become a billionaire. You do not. You have to have made shrewd moves along the way, and you had to make some cutthroat moves as well. Things happen.
Cutthroat.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss. So the fact that he's in there, being able to sit there amongst that supremacy, I just want to see what comes about it. Now, if he's disappointed, I think we'll come together collectively and be like, you know what, JayZ, he's off the ball on that. But that still doesn't take away from everything that he has done to give back to the black community. So the fact that you're disappointed in him and he's a sellout, that take away that he got 1,000 fathers out for Father's Day to spend time with their kids.
Yeah.
How do we know all 1,000 of them dudes didn't do their charges? Out of 1,000 dudes, you mean to tell me every last one of them was innocent? You mean every last one of them, the man got to him? Or he made sure they got to spend time with their kids? None of us did that.
Right.
The fact that he raised money and got lawyers so they could retry the Eric Reid case, and then your man ended up getting fired from that. Ain't nobody else do that. What about raising money for Trayvon Martin? Ain't nobody else do that. You don't have to do that.
No, and listen.
No, yeah, I definitely understand a lot of the good.
We're not, because JayZ has done a lot of great things. Like I said earlier, and I think I said this to you when we talked, Lawrence. I believe this was a wrong move, but that doesn't throw all the great stuff that he. I know a lot of people trying to throw him under the bus, and no, he's done a lot of great stuff. Just on this one, I just believe.
Let me ask you this, Lawrence. How much time should we give him?
We should give him to after the Super Bowl.
After this first, so 1 year, just 1 year?
But that's what he got hired for. He didn't get hired to be on the board of committee. He didn't hire to be on the rule change committee. He was hired to be in charge of the Super Bowl activity. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but then that's it.
But no, what I'm saying is, as black people, how long should people just say, let's give Jay the benefit of the doubt and let's see what he do? I mean, are you telling me just one Super Bowl?
As far as, I mean, with this, yes, if you want to pass judging on if you're going to continue to.
Oh, well, he ain't got that much time then. He really better get his game plan together then. Because, I figured you was going to say, let's give him 5 years or some shit like that. But if you just say, you're just going to give him 1 year, then yeah, he better hurry up and get it. He better, I mean, and then, okay, after the Super Bowl is over, let's just say, ain't it in Miami this year?
It's in Miami this
Let's
year.
say Rick Ross is the act. Then what are we supposed to do after we see Rick Ross at halftime? Then what?
Well, Tobe, I really can't speak on that because that's hypothetical. I have no answer for that only because I want to see what's going on as far as that because we don't know because what if it's not Rick?
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. I want to see what's going on too. I was just wondering how long we should wait to see what's going on, like just what the time limit should be. Should we give him a couple years to see the changes he can make?
I think the years should come, Tobe, after we see what the plan is in place is. Let's see what the plan is. Like if all of us say we're going to build a house for communities to live in, we got to go get the foundation and lay out the groundwork for it. You understand? And then we got to be able to get the right contractor to build it.
Hey,
so
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Tobe.
No, I was gonna say by when you seen the interview and you seen him talking, did you truly feel like he had a plan together already?
No, I truly feel like he just wasn't prepared for them questions. I truly feel like that the answers he gave, he was trying to be vanilla and as bland as possible.
But you can't. That's what I'm saying, LO. You can't have a press conference unless you prepared. Don't have a press conference if you can't answer the questions.
I mean, this is a man who said he's never wrote down his rap, and then he gets to this situation, and now he don't really know what the fuck he want to say.
Yeah, don't have a press conference unless you. That was shocked me that they had that and wasn't prepared like that. Like that shocked me.
I mean, yeah, all of that shit. He just looked bewildered, and we ain't never seen Jay looking like that.
Well, how many times y'all done try to holler at a fine girl and she finally say, yeah, you don't got your plan together. Don't sit up there and pick on me. I'm talking about a girl that you be like, you know what, I'm just throwing it in and see if it sticks. And she go, okay. You was not sitting up here be like, I'm going to do this. Because you was like, I just want to do it. You don't know what you want to do. Because this is brand new for him as well. I understand the preparation, but he got the press conference after the deal was signed. You understand? My thing is the first time something of a higher magnitude happens, you don't know what you're going to do.
Well,
I used to tell people all the time back in high school, if somebody ever put a knife out on me, I would run. I used to make them laugh in high school. They'd be on the floor. Yeah, but when I was in the Army, somebody pulled a knife out on me. I didn't run. I fought them, and I ended up getting stabbed up. The point I'm making is that you don't know till that situation arises. That's what I'm saying as far as that. This is the highest magnitude ever. We're talking about addressing the elephant in the room that's been in the room since we landed here in the 1400s. You did?
Let me
expect him to come and give you a speech like he's doing a Paul Lord Dunbar speech. Nah, maybe I'm just thinking different. I'm not saying y'all wrong. I'm just saying some of this magnitude is probably hitting him like, let me just get him the most vanilla thing ever to get them out of here, so let me get to work.
But, you know, in a lot of instances, I could agree, but this is too big to take that attitude. When you know, I mean, it's baffling to me that Jay did not realize that some people were going to be angry with what he did.
Yeah,
I can't
I don't know if
believe
you,
that he
I don't,
did not.
yeah.
As smart as he's been.
I don't know if you heard.
I don't understand
They
that
said
shit.
people close to him say he was kind of shocked by the pushback, which shocked me that he would be shocked. But, you know.
But, you know, a lot of times you forget, you know, because you hang around different people
Jay's
and different levels.
He's sipping
you know,
at
forget that
$1,500 glass champagne now with his billionaire friends, and he may, you know what I mean. He may not have his ear to the streets like he used to.
I mean,
that all goes with this. How many times y'all been in the room and you see a comedian go up, and then all of a sudden he killing the room, you turn and look, you don't yell, and you didn't realize that he was strong. I mean, you're gonna get pushback and everything that you do because of the magnitude of what's about to happen. We ain't talking about opening up a fire guy. We're talking about trying to find the best way we can to have some kind of racial equality as far as you can, or to bring light to this kind of social issue.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? This is the highest magnitude that we can be, gentlemen. And you're expecting somebody to have. I would be more inclined not to trust somebody if they have it all down the road what they supposed to say and don't. Sometimes the most sincerity comes from when you're not. I know it's times when I don't holler at fine women and I ain't supposed to got them. They like my sincerity, but if I came, hey baby, what's your name? What's your sign? Soon as I got it, I'm too smooth. She gonna feel like I practiced that for me. So the fact that this person, that JayZ sincere and be bewildered, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's see.
Hey,
maybe
look though.
I finally hitting him.
Hello, the thing is though, I could agree with that, and I could say like, you know, he might not have a total plan, but if he didn't have a total plan, then the shit that he did know should have involved Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I'm glad you said that. It should have involved Kaepernick. True. You understand what I'm saying? True on that. But Kaepernick, as great as he has been, and I applaud Kaepernick. I love Kaepernick. I'm a Kaepernick fan for what he's done. But Kaepernick isn't talking. So if somebody's not talking, sometimes things still need to be done. Can you imagine? I'm in a situation where a female was pregnant, and I'm like, what you gonna do? And then she started crying. Hey, look, man, them tears ain't gonna stop. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
The tears ain't gonna end it all. The fact that Kaepernick is not talking, and I'm not saying that he should or shouldn't, stuff needs to be done.
Hey,
That's all I'm
he
saying.
ain't talking now, but if they'd have said, Colin, we need you over at Rock Nation Wednesday at noon. Jay and Roger Goodell gonna be here, and we gonna put this plan together. I bet Cap would have came and talked in.
Well, it's been a little, because JayZ said he talked to him. Then I know Cap Girl said he didn't talk to him, which Cap Girl is more militant than him. So we
I'm gonna
not.
bleed the girl.
But then it was I think it was said that they actually did talk, but it wasn't.
Eric Reid said
the
Cap
deal
has
was
had
already
50 conversations with
the
Jay
deal
in
was
last
already
year,
done,
and
I
he
guess.
ain't told him one time. He said he's had at least 50 conversations with JayZ in the last year, and nothing has been mentioned once.
I know they said they talked, but it didn't go well. The conversation didn't go well. So
That
I don't
was
know
after.
what was said during it. That's what sources said that they actually did talk, but it didn't go well. So I don't know what Jay. I think Jay said, "Hey, I'm doing this." Cap said, "Don't do it," and Jay said, "Hey, man, I'm doing this." So it might have been like you know what I mean. I don't know, man. But brother, LO, just let's put a wrap on it, man. What you with just about this? Where you think it should go from here?
I think where it should go from here, I think we should give him an opportunity to see what he's going to do. If he's going to continue to communicate, and if he's going to stick to the plan. Because remember when Beyonce did it with the Black Panther, you know what I'm saying, theme as far as that, whatever it is. Let's just see what this man has in place. And I really believe when you get to the point in your life that you're able to do things on your terms and you understand the magnitude of what's happened, I just don't think he's going to fumble the ball on foot. I just think we just have to be patient and see.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going.
All right.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. We appreciate you, man. Where can they find you at? Where you at, man? Tell our people where can they find you at on
man, y'all can hit me on all social media under Owens Ordeal, OWENS ORDEAL. I want to thank you, Jamal Doman. Jamal Doman, one of my best friends in the comedy game.
Definitely,
always
man.
had my back. Tobe Hixx, good meeting you, brother. And JayZ speaks highly of you, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to converse with you as well. Whenever you brothers need me, you let me know. I'll be here, because that's my part of giving back to the community as well. You got to remember, and I'm going to end on this, giving back ain't always somebody standing out front and leading a rally of people. Giving back is policing yourself and being the most elite black person you can be. You can be able to drop jewels to somebody else so they can become elite. That's how it has to get started.
Absolutely, man.
Right
My
on,
brother,
bro.
man. Appreciate you, homie.
All right.
Keep doing what you do. God bless y'all. I'll talk to you soon.
No doubt, man. Peace
Thank
out.
you.
All right, babe.
The hilarious Lawrence Owens, man. Yeah, so, another point of view. I want to play this YouTube clip. I don't know if you you heard this. This is Dame Dash.
I actually thought that Lawrence was going to say, well, let's give him 2 or 3 years or something. If you saying just let's give him 1 year, oh, Jay's in trouble.
I'm saying we can.
What Dame Dash say?
Let's see if we can. This is Dame Dash.
Did Jermaine Dupri dirty with this situation?
Okay, so before we brought it, let's put it in context. I don't know if you, Funkmaster Flex on his Twitter, I think the other day, claimed that the NFL came to Jermaine Dupri with this deal about doing the music thing.
Okay.
That's what he claimed, and Jermaine Dupri was thinking about doing it, but JayZ called him and talked him out of it. That's what Jermaine Dupri has not confirmed it, but this what Funkmaster Flex put out there.
That don't come out. Go ahead.
So I'll take it until Jermaine Dupri actually say how it went down or what JayZ said to him.
It seems hard for me to believe that Funk would just throw a story out there like that.
So
without no validity behind it.
Dame Dash was on the No Jumper podcast. Shout out to them. I've never heard of them, but check them out. So he's talking about the JayZ situation with the NFL, and this is after the Jermaine Dupri story broke out.
Multiple times I've just seen Funkmaster Flex talk to JD and confirm that that's what happened. I'm sure you feel some type of way about this.
I mean, everybody knows Jay ain't shit. Like, that, everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but does that surprise you at all? Because that seems particularly shady.
Listen, if you ask anyone in the industry, it's a common knowledge that Jay ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Define ain't shit for our audience.
He's about the bag. You
Right.
know, we all know that. It's about, he's self-preserving, period. Like, it's just that the people he does it to don't have, like, Beyonce next to him. They don't have that kind of a power. But, this dude here, everyone's looking. So I just think he kind of like, like he used to do that shit. Like he's like, it's not even like a secret. He do that shit to me with girls. Like, he'll be like, I'll be talking to a chick and I'll be like, yo, she asked me to do this, that, and the third. And he'd be like, I wouldn't do it. And then the next day he's wifed her. And I'd be like, oh, that's some funny shit.
Right.
You know what you're dealing with when you deal with Jay. Jermaine.
Yeah.
Damn. He said he wifed her.
Shit. Yeah, that so
That
woo.
sound like the Beehive gonna be after his ass.
So he's basically saying, but Dame, we got to take that for what it's worth because Dame has feelings about.
But it just seems hard for me to believe that Funkmaster Flex would just throw a story out there like that without having no idea. He just talk, and he gonna put JD out there, Jermaine Dupri's name out there. If he don't even know what he talking about, that don't even make sense.
I want to look because the last time I checked Jermaine, because I seen people, I was like, hey, because Reuben Warren put a post up. I said, I want to hear from Jermaine Dupri. I want to hear exactly what deal the NFL came with him.
I think the fact that you haven't heard from Jermaine Dupri
might be speaking volumes.
That's what he's doing.
But
he's using that
he hasn't confirmed it, because I want to know what deal did the NFL come to you with.
Put it like this: if it didn't happen and people were slandering Jay for no reason, Jermaine Dupri would speak out. He ain't speaking out because the shit is true.
We're gonna call one of another homies. Let's get him up and get his opinion about what's going on. This is good. He said everybody knows JayZ. Dame Dash said everybody knows JayZ ain't shit. They said everybody know. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, brother, man?
Introduce yourself. Welcome to the Dope Dealer Podcast. Introduce yourself.
The Dope Dealers, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Deep Me, a.k.a. Black, a.k.a. Baby Dex from the East Coast, comedian, writer, producer now, Dannon Green.
Where you at, Danny?
What's up?
You sound like you in a bad week. Wherever you at, see if you can go outside somewhere, maybe get a better
Okay, let me see. Let me get a better reception with
Yeah.
outside real quick.
Yeah.
See if I can-
And while you're doing that, we can still talk to you while we're doing that.
Yeah.
So we've the name of this show is called JayZ, Sellout or Good Businessman. We've had Daunte Burks came on first. He does not agree with the deal JayZ made. He's disappointed in JayZ. Just me and Tobe are also not on point with it. Then we just had Lawrence Owens out of DC. He actually agrees with the deal JayZ made. He made some points of why we should give JayZ a chance. I just want to hear your opinion on this. JayZ, Sellout or Good Businessman?
Shrewd
Well,
business.
let me say, I hate to use the word sellout, but I don't agree with the businessman part. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to backtrack, but this is what I feel. I felt like, and what I did do, I did some research and found out that Jermaine Dupri didn't actually offer the same deal.
Oh, so we was just talking about that. We was just talking about that. So you got some more info on that?
Yeah. What happened was Jermaine Dupri, when the Super Bowl came to
Atlanta.
he put on some shows outside of the Super Bowl. You know, not within the Super Bowl, like at Centennial Park. And what happened was when he did that, some of the mothers that had been affected by police brutality and some of the people that had been affected by it felt like he was taking advantage of the situation and even though it was a free concert. But Jermaine Dupri felt like I should have been putting something on because this is my town, you know, in the middle of Atlanta, and we didn't want to deny people, you know, entertainment because of what was going on. So that was part of that. The issue with Jermaine Dupri had was like that guy named DJ Embry, the dude from New York.
Yeah.
Like a lot of DJs and people, they went hard on him. They went in on him. He said that these same people that went in on him are actually, you know, agreeing with JayZ on JayZ's deal. So that was kind of Jermaine Dupri's point of view. But he felt like he ain't got no people, he ain't had no problem with JayZ doing it, whatever.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. So that story was. Now I looked it up now. He did speak it. So that story was made up. So basically, Funk Master Flex had that.
What happened was one of Jermaine Dupri boys who was upset about Jermaine Dupri, you know, about the whole situation, kind of said it in jest. But he felt like, I just said it for 2 or 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, but you say something for 2 or 3 minutes, it gets around the country in 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, or whatever I should say. Now, in saying that, I disagree with the deal. I believe that JayZ and Beyonce alone are powerful enough to not have the partnership with the NFL to make changes and to bring awareness. And to keep the pressure on the NFL and society, I don't think he should have went here and linked up with the NFL. I also don't think that they really have a game plan. And here's one of the big reasons why I have an issue with it. Just last year, your boy, our boy, the Eagle boy, Jamal Jenkins, you know, took the deal for $89 to $100 million, and people still don't know what he's doing with the money. People don't know anything about it. See what I'm saying? So that's a situation where everybody's starting to feel like the NFL is going out and getting these black men to put their face on it, and now, because you can't call the NFL a slave on anymore if you got a black owner or someone involved in it. See what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, well, you can call them that, but then they're going to go, well, there's no way because we got JayZ for here. Look at him. You know what I mean? And also, I feel like JayZ, by him telling people not to perform in the Super Bowl, Gladys Knight was one of them. You know what I mean? He wrote on her. You know, he didn't want Travis Scott to do it, and then Travis Scott wound up doing it, right? And then he wrote him, but
at the same time, he didn't want him to do it. Now he says he didn't want him to do it because he didn't want him to be second fiddle to Moron, but that's another, you know what I mean? That's another story. But my point all being is, you also you remember, Jamal, a deal like that doesn't happen in 2 or 3 days. It doesn't happen in 2 or 3 weeks. You got to manifest this deal. You know what I'm saying? So the question is, how long has JayZ been talking to the NFL?
Hey, they said he been talking to him a year. That's what Eric Reid was saying. Like, they said the deal's been bubbling for a year. And now the point of it is that he said in that year, Eric Reid said, Jay has spoke to Colin at least 50 times and never mentioned shit.
Right. And see, that's another thing. And he never talked to Colin about it per se. He said it kind of in condescending. He said, yeah, I talked to Colin, but he never talked to Colin about the deal. He never talked to Colin about. First of all, he's a grown man, so he can do whatever he wanted to.
Exactly. He didn't have to, but damn. How you going to talk to a man 50 times in a year and not mention some shit like this? Go ahead.
Exactly. That's just like being your sister and you chat with her do all the time. He don't let you know he hit, on that Tony Montana stuff, then you wind up getting whacked. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is with the JayZ thing is I feel like here's the biggest problem I have with it. I told Jamal this the other day. The reason I got an issue with what JayZ did was because a lot of people were following JayZ. They knew it was powerful. JayZ was powerful, his reputation. He was doing stuff for them and all that type of stuff. He was doing these type of things. So he was giving back. But the problem is, all these people follow JayZ. Okay, yes, JayZ for 2.5 years, 3 years. Don't watch the NFL. Don't do this. Don't perform at the NFL. Get on Travis Scott. All these things. And then he went around and did a deal with them. So now, Jamal or Tobe, if you guys are putting on your social media page, man, fuck the NFL. Why? Because JayZ says fuck the NFL. Now your reputation is out there, but he decided to go, what? I'm good. He's a millionaire. He got paper. He got clout. He can't recover from a mistake like that without being looked bad. You can't.
Right,
you
right.
can't.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell people. That's why it was a bad thing. Because now you on social media or you go on the meetings or you talk to people. It's like dating a girl. You and your girl break up. You and all your boys talk, you talk shit about the girl to you and all your boys, and you wind up getting back with the girl. Now the girl's looking at your boys like, nah, I don't want you dealing with them niggas because you already talked to them about me.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to look at it that way. They just want to see JayZ as a business man, but there's nothing on JayZ. When the New York Nets in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
trying to put that new stadium in there, and they was trying to take that property from the people. JayZ put his face on it so people would be cool about the gentrification stuff, and they still did it and fucked the people over in New
Yeah.
York.
And ain't been no low rental housing built.
Nothing.
Zero.
So
10 years. 10 years.
Yes. So the problem I have with black people, and then I'm catching issue on social media because my stance, but I'm like, we're so gullible for a leader that we're getting led down a dark street, and then the leader saying, yeah, my man, I left my bag. Let me go back and get it. Now your ass is still stuck down the street. And that's the problem. JayZ should have took the deal. Matter of fact, it would have been a stronger move for him not to take the deal with the NFL. Now, here's my question. Who came to who first? Did the NFL, because no one ever said that. Did
Well,
the NFL go to JayZ?
I think
They
Robert
said
Kraft
Robert Kraft
had
came
something
to
to
Jay
do.
because, him and Jay has been cool
Yeah.
for years.
Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was him. Because him and JayZ
He
have been
called
working.
Jay about it after when he was in that brothel.
But you know what that was about?
What?
It wasn't so much about the owner of that was Meek Mill.
Yeah, that was Meek. Yeah, they worked.
Trying to deal with JayZ.
Yeah, they worked together on Meek. Yeah, that's how they
See?
they worked together on prison reform.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You got to look at the big picture. You got to see how things are happening and changing. And no one's doing that. And like I said, I believe, true, bro, we need face in there. And this is going to be very controversial what I'm about to say. Everybody's talking about we need a face in there. We got to have them on the inside to see what's going on. So why not have JayZ? Okay? And then people will say, well, what does JayZ know about the NFL? But he's a rapper, blah, blah, blah. Let me ask you, here's two things. First of all, let's go this route. If that was LeBron James, what would people be saying?
They be killing them too.
Yeah, they be killing
Not
LeBron too.
be killing him. They be killing LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Because come on. Because then they would say, damn, is LeBron here to play basketball? Or is he here to do this? LeBron, doesn't even care about winning anymore? No, that's the first thing. Here's the other thing we gotta look at. We keep talking about as black people, we need to have something on the inside.
I can't think of nobody that wouldn't have got killed though, unless Kaepernick was involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Any black person that did this deal was gonna get killed. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the question is, JayZ getting killed, and he's getting a lot of support too. Because people still talk up against JayZ. Like the guy, DJ Envy, the boy from New York, he ain't saying nothing. The Breakfast Club really ain't saying nothing. Well, we don't know. No.
Well, Charlemagne was at the press conference. He asked him.
Yeah, but even that, Charlemagne, but you got to go on YouTube and look at what Charlemagne said about on the Breakfast Club. And he said, but I don't see a problem with that. JayZ can, we'll see what he can do and blah, blah, blah. And they shouldn't be, let's see what we can do. It was a deal. Not all money is good money. That's street code. And he should have took that motherfucking deal. I'm telling you. Now, here's the question. What is it going to change?
I mean, if he books the halftime match, what the hell is that going to do about niggas getting killed by the police?
Exactly.
That ain't got shit to do with it.
That's what I'm saying. What is he, how is he going to stop me from getting choked out? If I got my phone in my hand, the cops think I got a pistol.
You're right. So, just real quick, cause we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Just last thing, where do we go from here, man? What you want to see happen?
This is where we go from here. Now we have to sit back to see what JayZ and Malcolm Jenkins want to do. But here's the thing: if nothing happens, you got all these people, these players. I put in the players too, because players they gotta be able to happen. The players should have been taking more knees. It should have been more than 5 or 6 players taking knees. It should be 4 or 5 or 6 players investing into this community. But all we can do now, in terms of this NFL thing, is sit back and see what happens, because the deal's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Because JayZ knew. Let me tell you, bro. JayZ knew if he would have put this out to the community and said, "What do y'all think about me doing it?" People would have shot it down.
Listen, yeah, you're right about that, man. This is interesting, man. We're going to see how this go. This is to be continued, man.
Yeah, man.
And it's fascinating all the way around, man. And wherever it go, man, we appreciate you, Dan, and we're gonna have you back on here talk about it, because we know you got an opinion about it.
Yeah, man. The problem is this, bro. And my last thing to say, we have to have. See, I know y'all too, and I know you for years, so I know where you coming from. The problem is, man, no one's being honest about really the gray areas. See, everybody's trying to make it black and white. Everything ain't black and white. What's that gray area? And the gray area is, instead of JayZ fighting for so-called who's going to perform at the Super Bowl, whatever, why don't we start having initiatives of who's going to stop these gentrifications so people can stop losing their home? And if you are going to fix up the neighborhoods, at least don't price it out where the people got to move out. Who's talking about shit like that? No one's talking about shit like that. So it's all motherfucking smoke screen. JayZ got, him and his wife got millions. They could be doing more. I'm not saying that. Like, it's like Serena Williams being in schools in Africa. Nigga, it's schools in America that need it. We're not touching the real issues, bro. So what happens is we got to, as black people, we keep getting gullible. We keep getting caught up. We keep looking for leaders that are leading us. And then we keep giving niggas passes when they fuck up.
Okay.
Oh, man, it is what it is.
All right.
Nobody's talking about that.
All right, hey, Dan, and we appreciate you, man.
Right
Definitely,
on,
man. We appreciate you, man. We're gonna talk to you again. We'll talk to you when to be continued, man. Dannon Green, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you, homie.
All right, man.
Well, listen, man. This is a topic that you see a lot of people have emotions for, and we're gonna, we'll follow it, man. We'll follow it, see where it go, man. I hope JayZ got some up his sleeve, man.
I see. I don't see it going nowhere positive.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll check it out. Hey, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Dope Dealers Podcast. Go to our iTunes page, subscribe to us, tell a friend. We got a phone number that you can call.
818-335-2065.
You got anything coming up?
Hey, check me out tomorrow, August 23rd. Oh, yeah, it's August 23rd. I'm tripping, man. At the McAllen Performing Arts Theater, McAllen, Texas. And August 24th, this Saturday, Lubbock Memorial Civic Center, Lubbock, Texas, with the homie Felipe Esparza, Rodrigo Torres, and Martin Rizzo. It's going to be great, Texas. We coming down there.
Definitely. And tomorrow, check me out in Tacoma, Washington, at the Ray Gibson Calabellas Calabella's Club, 9 p.m. tomorrow, Tacoma, Washington, Mr. Personal House of Comedy. And then Saturday, check me out, Ain't It Funny comedy show with Twyla Johnson. That's at the Federal Club in North Hollywood. Check me out. That's an afternoon show. That's 1:30 to 4:30. So check us out on there, man. Shout out to our sponsors, Doman Cheap Movers, man. Shout out to, we love you guys, man. Call us up. Keep supporting. Keep telling a friend. Tell a friend, man.
We appreciate you.
Shout out to everybody at Comedy Pop Out. We up. We out. We out.
Dope Dealer Podcast.
Dope Dealers.